Thank you, Zaid. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Q2 and H1 FY21 earnings conference call of ASTRAL Polytechnic Limited. We have with us the management team comprising of Mr. Sandeep Engineer, Managing Director, and Mr. Hiranand Savlani, CFO of the company. We'll begin the call with the opening remarks from the management, following which we will have the forum open for an interactive Q&A session. I would now hand over the floor to Mr. Sandeep Engineer for his opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neil. And thank you all of you to join this call for the Q2 results. And I hope you and your family members are safe and doing well and are healthy fighting the pandemic. We all know that the world is passing through a tough time due to the pandemic, and everyone has passed through various challenges. Under this situation, I want to first congratulate and thank the entire team of ASTRAL to support the organization in growth of the top line and without compromising the margin. At the same time, I want to thank all my investors which have stood by us and put the confidence in the management in these difficult times. Now coming right to the business, first I'll brief you on the pipe business and then I'll be briefing you on the adhesive business. Business was slow till August, and now as you see the charts which we have given have started picking up from September onwards, which you will see from the numbers as well as the growth pattern below. We will be answering more on this in our question answer about the business demand. But first let me brief you the plant of Odisha plant. The work at Odisha plant for the construction has just commenced, and the machine ordering process will start in the last quarter, and we will be ready with this plant in operation in Q2, and we will be seeing the revenue start from this plant in Q3. Our value-added products like the wall expansion plant, which is going on at Dholka, is as per the schedule. The building is under construction and will be ready by May 21, and the production will start in Q2 of next fiscal. We are also doing minor expansion works at building and various balancing the capacities at Santej, Hosur, and at Below plant. And all these work which were halted in the first quarter due to the pandemic have commenced and are going on schedule. We being a plumbing company, our growth started late compared to the agri pipe dominated businesses in the piping sector. We are seeing a very good growth demand, and it looks that this will continue in the coming months for our plumbing products as well as our agriculture products and the PVC products which we manufacture. I would like to let everyone know that we are working on a few new product launches which will be announced in next few months, and we are in the last leg of launching these products. And once they are ready and launched, we will shortly update you and get connected with you. Now briefing on the Resinova and the adhesive business. The business has started picking up, which you can obviously see from the numbers and the chart which we have given. And as we had continuously briefed everyone that the structural changes have been completed in the last quarter and even the quarter in the last quarter of the last fiscal, and more changes and consolidation of the structural changes has taken place in this 2 quarters, and the results can be seen by you. The further changes in the distribution network, retail changes, new schemes, initiatives, new launches for the various applicators is also happening in the adhesive business. And we are getting a very positive response and a very positive outlook for this business with all these structural changes, the network changes, and the various applications and the connection which we have brought for the applicator. We are also working for a few new product launches in this category too. Once we are ready with the launch, we'll keep you updated again by connecting with all of you. And in this stage, these products are under trial stage at R&D, as well as we are in connection with our UK plant to source out a lot of technology which they manufacture in the UK facilities or under their R&D facility. UK is doing excellent in spite of pandemic situation in the country. Not only the demand is growing, but the margins are getting better in UK. US subsidy has also started giving positive numbers, which is very encouraging for all of us, and we are expecting much more improvement in the coming years. Besides business, ASTRAL is continuously doing a lot of CSR activities such as supporting wildlife in Rajasthan, MP, giving support to the flood-affected people in Bihar, as well as company is also doing various activities on the nature, environment, weaker sections of the society, and people who need help with the pandemic. We have taken initiatives to take care of our employees at every plant, at every location, and HO by employing doctors, qualified doctors at every plant. And this has helped us a lot in seeing that our employees remain healthy, safe against the pandemic. We are equally serious about our carbon footprint, and we are trying to move our organization towards the use of renewable energy in coming time. We have already put this rooftop solar at all our plants, and we have just signed agreements to commence generating energy, 3 megawatt energy on the immediate base with the government power supply company. So this energy, which will be generated, giving us a positive carbon footprint as well as saving us a lot, will be in operation in coming future. So then I thank everyone for joining this call, and I will pass the line to our CFO, Mr. Savlani, and we'll be taking more on the question answer section. So.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is safe, and I wish the entire world should come out quickly from the pandemic and the announcement of vaccine happen very soon. Press release is with you, so I don't want to take much of the time to discuss each and every number. Instead of that, we wish that I give more and more time to the Q&A session, because I understand that in this difficult environment, everybody is having the questions in mind to ask from the management. So I will give only few numbers, and then we will quickly move to the Q&A session, and I will only highlight for the whatever the things is happen in this particular quarter. So standalone number on Y-on-Y has grown up by 4.11% in top line, and the EBITDA 16.29%, and the PBT 25.31%. Once again, we repeatedly are communicating to all our investor community that Astral's focus is now to grow the bottom line or maybe EBITDA higher than the top line, and that is again, this is repeated in this quarter also, and we will keep continuing doing that till we reach at a certain ballpark figure. PAT was lower compared to last year in percentage term. That is mainly because of the readjustment effect of tax which the government of India reduced last time from 35% to 25% the corporate tax. So because of that, some right back was there last year. That's why it is showing. But otherwise, you see the operational level, it was a very healthy growth. Similarly, on the consolidated basis, if you see the number, the top line has grown up by 10.14% and the EBITDA 18.31% and EBITDA at a robust level of 36%. And again, there also at the consolidated level, the PAT was affected mainly because of the tax-free adjustment from 35% to 25% in the corporate tax by Indian government. Market demand in pipe segment was robust from September onward, which you can very well see in the monthly data. That is why we have this time given the monthly data so that every investor can transparently see that the real pickup in the plumbing sector has started from September onward. So far, whatever the pickup was there, that was mainly related to the agriculture side of the business. But now the plumbing has also started giving us a reasonably good growth. September, we were up by 30%. And in the month of October, the lifetime high of 85%. I'm again repeating the 85% growth in the month of October. Similarly, we are seeing the similar trend into the adhesive side of the business. The entire quarter was stable, moving somewhere around 28-29% growth. And again, from the October onward, it has started giving us a robust number, and we have delivered a 55% growth, which is the, I can say, the highest growth in a single month in percentage terms. We are clearly seeing that the migrant laborers have started coming back to the system and many sites have started working. And we are of the view that most of the labor force should come back post Diwali back to the all sites, and all the sites will start functioning on a regular way post Diwali unless something abnormal happen on the pandemic side. Otherwise, I think the demand will keep picking up in the coming months. And now the metro cities will start contributing. So far, metros are not giving contribution. And hopefully, from now onward, the metro city will start giving contribution. So the demand scenario will remain healthy in the coming months. EBITDA margins are better compared to last year. Looking to the situation, it should be maintained. Normally, margins in the pipe industries are 15 to 16%. But in the present situation, because of, you can say, the PVC uptrend, because of that, some gain is there into the inventory level also. Of course, Astral will be having the lowest gain into the PVC side because our major revenue coming from the CPVC side. But still, yes, definitely some gain will be there. So that can be the one of the reason. And now the CPVC demand will start picking up. And still, Astral is controlling on the overhead side. So because of that, margins will be very, very healthy in the coming quarters also. Adhesive EBITDA margin was better compared to last year, and now looking to better growth in top line in the coming month, we are expecting the margin to be maintained at this level, and there is a room for improvement in the coming quarter. So we are expecting a further improvement into the EBITDA margin into the adhesive side of the business. We are very positive about the adhesive business in coming months. And slowly and gradually, our structural correction, what we have done, and still we are doing some corrections, which is started giving us some results. But we are still waiting for a few more quarters to complete all this structural correction. And then after, we want to see how it is going to help us. Infra business was very slow because government projects were on hold. Now it has started picking up, particularly from the month of October. We are seeing at least a growth in the adhesive business. So first time in the last 7 months, October was the double-digit growth in the infra business. But so far, it was not giving us a good number. But from October onward, again, it started giving us the growth. Margins are stable somewhere around 15% kind of level. So we are of the view that we will be able to maintain these kind of margin, and there can be a room for further improvement from here on. Cash position has substantially improved in Q2. As on 30th September, we have a 260 crore rupees of cash on books, and we are very seriously looking into this number. So as Sandeep Bhai said, that we are already working on few new products, and hopefully within a quarter time, once this we will be ready to launch, we will be updating you the new product launch also. And at the same time, we are improving the dividend payout also. And hopefully by year end, we will be working on the dividend payout policies also, because now there will be a robust free cash flow available with the management. So definitely we have to improve the payout ratio also. But exactly board will decide by year end, and then we will be communicating to you. In the first half, the capex was only 37 crore rupees. As usual, we always communicated that Astral is very, very serious about the quality of the balance sheet, and which is reflected in this number also, that even in spite of the pandemic situation, we have improved our working capital management or the balance sheet quality, whether it is the reduction of debt, whether it is improvement into the cash level, whether it is the receivable side, whether it is the inventory side. All front we have done the improvement. I can give a few of the number that you can see that the cash level has substantially improved to 260 crore level. Receivable last year September balance sheet you can see was 275 crore rupees, which had drastically dropped to 211 crore rupees in this September, in spite of 10% Y-on-Y growth on a consolidated basis. So you can understand the kind of drop taken place in the receivable days. Similarly, in the inventory side, last year September it was 485 crore rupees inventory, which has come down to 441 crore rupees in spite of increase of 10% in top line and in spite of increase in substantial price rise into PVC. In spite of that, we are able to reduce our inventory level. So that is a clear signal that we are very, very serious about the quality of the balance sheet and the working capital cycle. Payable days have reduced from 407 crore to 371 crore, mainly because this quarter the currency was in our favor, rupee appreciated, and we were sitting on a hefty cash. So we utilized that cash to pay off our foreign currency payables. So to take the advantage of foreign currency gain, because we were sitting on the cash. So because of that, the payable days has come down. Otherwise, payable, we could have extended that also, but we thought that the currency gain was sizable. So because of that, we don't wanted to take a risk on the currency because we are not expert into the currency side and we were very much into in the money. So we thought that better to encash that gain, and which can be seen very well into the Q2 number. We have gained 3.9 crore rupees into the foreign currency in the previous quarter. Now with this, I want to close my initial remarks and again go back to the moderator to open the floor for the question and answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking questions. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the queue assembles. To ask a question, please press star and 1. The first question is from the line of Nitin Jain from SK Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello sir. Thank you for the opportunity. My question is regarding the pipe business. So some of your competitors, they have shown stronger volume growth in the pipe business. So would you like to comment on that? Like their growth is upwards of 10%. Yeah, that's my first question, sir. Thank you.
Can you please give us the name of company which has given the 10% volume growth?
Sir, APL Apollo Pipes.
Okay. So they are basically into the agriculture business. Rest, if you see the plumbing pipe company, no company has given the double-digit growth. So I think market situation was not that great, but now definitely from September onward, the growth has started coming back to the system, which you can see very well into the numbers also, that in the September and October numbers are in front of you. I'm sure you must have seen that number. So industry per se, if the demand will come, then definitely everybody is going to grow. So we cannot claim that only Astral will grow. Every company will grow because the industry per se is going to grow. So we are of the view that if the plumbing demand will start picking up, then every company will grow. And it is always good that in industry, every organized players are growing, that is always a healthy thing rather than unorganized people grow. So we always welcome that any company is growing. That is always a good thing for the industry per se, and definitely for a leader like Astral, it is always better that if the other peoples are going to grow, then we are also definitely going to grow. So we are very positive on that side, and anybody in the industry is going to grow in the plumbing side, we will be happy.
Sir, even I would add a thing that we always welcome a double-digit growth, and we are happy about that growth. But you have to also see the size and the peer while you look at the growth of the number, because the size and the volume do matter in the percentage when you just go through the numbers. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sir, my second question is on the Odisha plant. So in the previous quarter, you had mentioned that production is expected to start by Q1. So now the press release is saying it will start by Q2. So have there been any delays, or would you like to update? Thank you.
Yes, it is delayed because of the pandemic situation. The construction activity was not possible to do there because the Odisha government was not giving the permission. So now they have started giving the permission. That's why now we are going very fast. There is possible we can finish early also, but we want to be playing safe. That's why we are saying that. But quite possible that if nothing will go wrong in the coming day, we can finish early also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question is from the line of Madhav Marda from Fidelity. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sir. Good evening. Thank you so much for your time. So my question was, if we see the October revenue growth that we have for plastic pipes, which is very strong, how much of this would be volume versus price growth? Because I'm not able to understand 85%. How do we break that down?
So volume will be roughly about 15% lower than the price growth.
Okay. Okay. And so what is driving such a strong volume growth? Is it basically plumbing end market is opening up, is it? How should we sort of digest this number?
Yeah.
Two things are there. One is the end market is opening up. And second is that the developed some companies like Astral, we are having proper inventory of all the products ready, and that is also helping us, and our network also is being more robust in a lot of ways, which is also helping us. So there are many factors which have helped us, and we are continuously working to improve these factors. Okay, got it. And maybe on these new product launches that we're talking about in pipes and adhesives, could you just help us understand the nature of the product, especially in plastic pipes? Like valves is one product, for example, which we are doing. But what kind of products will this be? Any broad idea?
So in both category, we are going to launch the new products. So we are at the last leg. So hopefully next quarter we will do the announcement, because we don't want to unnecessarily do the announcement early without launching that thing. So once we will be launching, we will be doing the announcement.
Understood. Okay, great. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Sonali Salgaonkar from Jefferies India. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, my question is again towards our October growth in pipes of 85% and adhesives at 55%. Sir, is there anything in the base of October 19 which has led to this kind of, strong growth, especially in pipes?
So some maybe base effect will also be there, but last year all this pandemic and all started from March. So that kind of will not be there. But of course the growth base will be, compared to the normal, it was low. So even last quarter, year October also we were growing. So it is not that low base also.
Right, sir. And about November or say December, you expect similar growth rates to sustain or probably to revert to steady state?
No. This cannot be 85% kind of growth, cannot be sustained every month. So we have to see how much it is going to sustain. But yeah, it is still on the higher territory. So, but we cannot expect that you guys pick up the 1 month and multiply by 12 or multiply by 3 for the quarter. Not going to be like that.
So we are just trying to understand probably what different have we done in October that has led to this kind of growth. Is it because of the pent-up demand, which probably did not unleash because of the lockdown in the earlier months?
Yeah, definitely some element of pent-up demand will be there because many new cities, new states have opened up. So naturally demand will be there. See, our products are such that you can postpone. You cannot cancel the demand. Whether it is a repairing replacement demand or whether it's a new construction demand, you can postpone that thing, but you cannot cancel. So when there is an opportunity and things get open, the pent-up demand will always be there. So there can be some element of pent-up demand. And secondly, metros and all were closed. So because of that, that demand was missing. So now they have started coming back to the system. So they are also going to contribute. So all the backlogs are going to be get cleared. How many months it will continue, very difficult to define at this stage. But definitely some period it will be there because ultimately everyone has to close the backlog.
I understand. So, and in our overall portfolio, how much is contributed by agri pipes and secondly infra verticals? We
don't share individual products number, but it is very, very low.
Both of
agri percentage wise it is very low. And infra, again, it's compared to the console number, it is very low.
I understand. Sir, and lastly, any color on our rural versus urban mix and also the capex for the year?
I think rural is still contributing good, and now onward we are expecting that urban should start contributing to us. And as far as this capex is concerned, I think we will be able to give you the exact number in the next quarter because we are working on a few new products line also. So there also some capex we have to give. So originally our plan was that to somewhere around 70 to 80 crore rupees, but now it can extend little bit.
Understand. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonali.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Sneha Talreja from Edelweiss Securities. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir, and congratulations on very good set of numbers. So my question was pertaining to your adhesive segment. Likewise, you explained it for 185% sort of a number for pipe. What could be the number for adhesives 155%? Is it something which is because of the structural changes that you have done in the past, or there is some element of the markets opening up, or the pent up demand coming back? What would you attribute it to the most?
I would attribute it to the structural demand and the systems and lot of initiatives which we have taken in getting the business back on track. And we are not doing any thing which is like pent-up demand to push the products to the market or to anywhere. We are actually working this business with a very, very controlled credit now, very controlled inventory cycles, and in a very perfect manner with the expansion of network happening and the work which initiative that is taken at all levels, the involvement of all of us in this business, and as we had continuously promised, we'll be putting it back on track both in growth and the margins also, and we are all working towards it. And I can say that this demand is from the hard work only, not from any other specific.
Right. So here we can continue with a strong growth trajectory, maybe not 55%, but at least since last 3 months you have been, doing at least upwards of 25%. So that can be still continued over the period. That's the right assumption, sir?
Yeah, very good.
It's doable. It's doable, but again, subject to the situation of the pandemic on the ground. Otherwise, we think 20-25% is doable.
Right, so got that. So my second question was, relating to distribution network, both in your, pipes business and adhesives business. Any significant distribution addition that we have done in this particular quarter or maybe, last 2 quarters, which is leading to some amount of high growth? And the reason I'm asking is a lot of smaller players are getting out of the market. So I'm sure that, you must be, adding more and more distributors at this particular point. So if at all we can get some color on that.
Yes, that is a regular exercise. We keep adding the new distributor, we keep adding the new dealer in both the segments, whether it is a pipe or adhesive. So that phenomena will be continue for the next 10 years. Because every year we are going to add, because our base is very low. So on a lower base, still lot to do. We have to do still lot hard work, because it's not the end of the journey or it's not a saturation point where we have reached. I can say it is just the beginning of the journey. Look at the size of the businesses in both segments. And again, that what is the market share of Astral? It is hardly anything. So we are seeing a lot of opportunity in the market, and that is why I am repeatedly saying that this is the beginning of the journey, and next 10 years we will keep adding the new dealers, new distributor in both the segments.
Got that, sir. Sir, thanks a lot and all the very best. We'll come back in the queue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is in the line of Dushyant Mishra from Sage One Investments. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Just wanted to understand what are some challenges you're facing in your expansion in the agri market. Kind of wanted to get a sense of, for a company like Astral with the size and scale that we are and the kind of footprint we've established, what are some of the challenges that we faced in expansion into the rural, especially our agri market with PVC pipes?
So agri market is good, definitely, and the opportunity is also very high into the agri segment. But Astral being a plumbing company, and within plumbing also we are focused on the CPVC side. So our focus toward the agriculture side will be always low. We will never be going to give the priority to the agri sector for our company. But yes, definitely we cannot say that we are not interested into that business. We are doing that business also, but our focus will remain into the plumbing side. But yes, opportunities are very high into the agri side of the business also for Astral.
And we are also focusing on it, the growth in that business, completing the product line. Now we are almost having the same product line, but our priority in agri is to sell at a better price realization, and which is happening. And at the same time, we are also gaining growth in that business.
Okay, got it. And have you seen a reluctance in some of your wholesalers in taking on debt? Has there been the case with you guys? Has that been the case?
Your voice is not clear, sir. Can you speak a little loudly?
Yeah. Is this any better?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just asking if you've seen reluctance in taking on debt in some of your large distributors.
We cannot understand the question.
So what large distributor?
No, I was just asking if you've seen reluctance in your large distributors in taking on more debt.
No, I don't think so, because
cash and carry model mostly.
No. If you see the market condition in this pandemic, every channel partner has reduced the receivable days. Whether it is a dealer, whether it is a distributor, whether it is a company like Astral. So everyone has reduced the working capital cycle, because nobody wants to take a risk in this market. So you can.
What I wanted to know, if you've seen that in the large distributors.
Exactly. So I don't think distributor is required to take the extra debt in this market. Anyway, volumes are, compared to last year, is still low. Normally, Astral is known for growth of 15% kind of run rate. So we have still not reached at a 15% kind of run rate. So I don't think any distributor has to borrow much, because anyway he has also reduced the working capital cycle. So it is a good for the industry per se.
Right, absolutely. Okay. And that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Kunal Lakhan from CLSA. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. So I just missed out on the volume growth number for pipes that you gave earlier. Can you just repeat that for me in October?
Volume growth, exact number I don't have a handy, but it was, I think, compared to like value it was 85, then the volume should be somewhere around 68 or 70%.
Okay, 68-70% higher.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty interesting, because like you said that, and you mentioned earlier that, you don't expect that to sustain, but the fact that you also mentioned that, the metro demand is kind of picking up versus, so far it's been more driven by rural. So how do you see this going ahead? Like, I understand 68% is something that cannot be sustained, but in the mid to long run, right, say next 12 months, where do you see this settling down?
So see, for our side, we always say that the 10 to 15% kind of volume growth is easily doable. Beyond 15%, it depends on the market condition. If the market conditions are good, we can grow even higher. We can grow even 20 also, 25 also, which you can see now also that in last 2 months we are growing very fast. So we have the capacity, we have all the facilities with us, so we can grow any level of number because we are still, if you see the utilization is hardly 60%. So we have enough space to grow, but it depends on the market condition. If the market conditions will be good, we can grow higher also. Few months the market will be good only because everything was stopped. So now everything is getting open up. So naturally we will cover up whatever the loss we have incurred in the Q1 and Q2 level. I already explained that these kind of products, demand will never die. It will only postpone. So sooner or later, it will be covered up. Whether it is going to cover up in Q3, Q4 or next year Q1, it is very difficult to answer in this market. But definitely, ultimately, it is going to be covered up somewhere.
Correct. Thank you so much. And my second question is on the adhesive side. We are seeing some recovery there and the fruits of our structuring happening now. Where do you see your market share going in the next 3 to 5 years?
Can you repeat the question?
Where do you see your market share going in the adhesive segment in the next 3 to 5 years?
Market share is hardly anything. We have not taken any market share because you see the size of the India, which should be roughly about 15,000 crore. Again, the 15,000 crore, what is the size of adhesive of Astral in Indian market? What the number you are seeing, that is the inclusive of the UK market also. So hardly any market share we have grown up. So maybe 3%, which is nothing.
Correct.
So there is still lot hard work is required to gain the market share, and I think Astral team is committed for that, and we will continuously doing hard work to gain the market share.
Do we have some internal vision in terms of where you want to be in terms of market share in the next, say, 5 years out?
I think our MD never put pressure on this kind of number game, but I think let Sandeep bhai to answer this question.
Let me say that for us to comment on getting a market share is too premature at this level. But for us to comment on what number we should reach in 3 years is very feasible to talk. And our vision would be in 3 years to reach a 4-digit plus number. That is what is the vision at present. Once we cross that 4-digit plus number, we would be able to quantify and talk about the market share. Now, in adhesive, again, to go into more details, the market share is fragmented. Some companies have very strong presence in the wood, so their wood market share may be more. Some companies have a very strong presence in maintenance, that is epoxy and acrylic, so that market share would be different. And in the solvent cement, in the pipe joining also is in maintenance. And some companies have a very strong presence in the construction part of the business. So market share would be different for different companies. In totality, it may be different, but in adhesive, you have to go with each division because each division product is used for different application and different segments, different users. So to gain a market share, you focus on certain chemistries more and also add to the new chemistries and get more deeper into those markets. And that is how we have to work out this.
Sure, that's very helpful, sir. Thank you, and a very happy Diwali to you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Achal Lohade from JM Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. My question was with respect to the cost savings. How do we look at the cost savings at the standalone company in terms of the A&P and the other overheads for the second quarter and going forward?
So whatever cost saving was there in Q1, it is not the same level cost saving in Q2 because now the market is opening up. And secondly, branding is such a thing that we have to keep continuously doing to keep the brand in the eyes of everyone. So which you can see very well in IPL. I'm sure anybody has watched the IPL, they must be remembering Astral very well. Every match of IPL, Astral is there. So that kind of activity we have to keep continuing. Yes, definitely a lot of administrative cost, lot of traveling cost. These kind of cost has reduced substantially, and even branding also. I see the budget of last 6 months and this 6 months, it is utilized very low compared to the last year. So there is a cost saving, and going forward also we are expecting that at least another couple of quarters this saving should continue. And then after next year, we will decide what to do based on our profitability, how the market is shaping out. If we keep growing at a faster run rate, we keep allocating some budget to the branding activities and all this thing. But it's all subject to the growth and subject to the profitability of the company.
Okay. And like we've seen in a lot of other companies across industries that the salaries have been reinstated. So I just was curious in terms of the salary cost, where are we? Have we taken any cut in the past? Have those been reinstated?
We have not given any cut in the past. We have given salaries to everyone, and we have not done any reduction.
So Astral had not reduced a single penny of any of the staff. So we are very happy that management was so generous with all the team members that they have not reduced a single penny of any of the staff across the category.
And we added every staff with an additional medical benefit of COVID if their family is covered. And we also employed health officers at every location, and even our HO has health officer with complete knowledge of testing and helping every person for any eventualities it comes up.
That's really wonderful. My second question was with respect to inventory gain for the PVC business. Would you be able to quantify, sir? Is it in single digit, double digit?
No, it will not be that high. The reason being that majority of the sourcing is local. So we don't have too much of inventory of PVC all the time with us. But yes, of course, so much of rise is there, so some benefit should have been incurred to the company also. But it is very difficult to quantify. And majority of the material we are buying from the Reliance, so very, very low raw material level inventory with us. So like other players who are importing and all, they might be having a sizable gain, but Astral is not having that kind of gain also.
Right. And in terms of the industry for the first half for the pipes business, what would have been the industry decline? I know it's hard to say, but still just thought of checking our perspective on that.
Very difficult to quantify that number because there is no authenticated number available. But our gut feeling say it should be somewhere between 20 to 25%.
Right. And just last question, if I may, with respect to the mix for the pipe business in terms of the geography. So like I would imagine that West and the North business will be reasonably stronger mix for pipes for us. So if you could help us in terms of the mix, and number two, how the different market has done in the second quarter relatively.
So we don't share the number of geography. We restrict that kind of number game. But yes, we can say that across the board, now across all the geographies are giving the growth. So it is not restricted to only one particular segment which is giving or one particular geography which is giving growth. Now everywhere the growth is coming. So now it looks that the market is really opening up. So it is a very good and encouraging thing for the industry per se and Astral.
And just last question, if I may, sir, with respect to PVC prices, I mean, we've heard from players that, the PVC prices are probably not sustainable at the current level. Just thought I'll check your perspective on PVC pricing.
It is not like that. It is not acceptable or not receivable. It has gone up exorbitantly high. But this country has also come back to business and work after a break. Construction activities are going and are booming, as everyone knows. The markets have opened up for the housing sectors also. So I think the demand won't be falling even if the pricing are at this level. So people have accepted because people want to move ahead rather than just keep waiting for the price to come.
So the channel inventories are similar.
If you see the long-term average of PVC, yes, definitely it is high. But that doesn't mean that market is not accepting. Market is very well accepting this price also. And looking to the short supply in the system versus the demand, it looks that prices will keep continue at this level for maybe few months. I don't know how long it will continue. But market is accepting this price. So that is the best part of the market. That market, normally people feel that with this so much of rise, people will not accept that price rise. But market is accepting that. So that is a good thing. So we are of the view that this scenario will continue for a few months. After that, how the demand scenario and the supply scenario is spanning out at the global level, that will decide the future course of action for price. But as of today, the demand is high and the supply is short. So because of that, this scenario will continue.
And we have passed on all the price increases in the raw materials, the PVC price increase?
Yes, we have passed on. We are the first company to pass on the price rise in the market.
Great. This is really helpful, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is on the line of Ritesh Barjatia from Asian Market Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So, sir, I have only one question. Given in this time period, the smaller players is finding very difficult to operate. And does this give us the opportunity to reduce our SKUs in the market? And that is what reflected in lower inventories despite 10% year-on-year growth?
No, we don't believe in that theory to reduce the SKU. On the contrary, we are increasing the SKUs. We are not only focused on the reduction of inventory. That is not the only criteria. We have to grow the market. We have to grow the market share. In that kind of scenario, we cannot reduce our SKU, or for the sake of reducing inventory, we sacrifice our businesses. That will never happen.
Okay. No, so my question is this because what we have observed in the market as of now, whoever going to the market, they are just going for buying the product rather than just keeping on inquiries. So that is somehow giving us the comfort to reduce the SKUs for some time period. That's why I had asked. Okay.
No. We have enough inventory available with us. We have enough SKUs available. On the contrary, we are adding few molds for adding the new, as Sandeep bhai said, that we are adding many such other products also. So I don't think that is the thought process within Astral.
Sure. That's all, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kshitij Kaji from Carnelian Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. My first question is on the adhesive side. So already in this quarter, we've seen a sizable pickup and improvement compared to the other quarters. But just at the industry level, sir, we've seen that Pidilite has acquired our competitor Huntsman in a deal that they've just concluded. So just want to know your thoughts that, will this increase the competitive intensity, or will this, help improve and make the market size much more bigger and benefit us also going forward?
One thing is that we are already competing with Araldite for many years. And Araldite was sold to almost all the retail channels, which also sells Bondtite. So it is not a new competitor which we will be facing. But now we will be facing this competitor through a new channel and a new partner of Araldite. No doubt there will be some aggression at some levels, and at the same time, lot of new opportunities and lot of new segments will also open up. But in the business scenario, no one guy can suffice the whole of the market. So always the dealer, the user, everyone would always prefer a second level of brand which is needed Like we are in CPVC and we are the first one to bring CPVC to India. That doesn't make us that we only will survive and none of the other person will grow or survive. Now there are around 100 and 100 out of them, there are people who are surviving and growing also, and we are also growing. So we don't say that it won't be anything which would harm Astral adhesive business, but it would structurize both sale of Albright as well as we are also going on structure. So there is nothing, no way that Bondtite will have any issues. Actually, Bondtite will have a better growth, which I am confident about with this happening, because we are fighting three brands and companies. Now we are fighting only two companies, so it will be more favorable for Astral Bondtite to grow in the market.
Great, sir. Great. And so my second question is regarding CPVC prices. So in PVC, we said that we've taken a price hike. So in CPVC also, have you taken any price increase in the last quarter or October?
No, we have not taken any price rise because the prices are stable. So we have not taken any price rise.
Okay, great, sir. Thank you so much for answering my questions. All the best, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Girish Chaudhary from Spark Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. My first question is on the adhesive segment. Pretty impressive growth of 30% plus. So just keen to understand what has driven this, as in how much is pent up, how much is structural, and within this segment, which product has driven this? Is it the maintenance related products or is it the construction chemicals? Yes, sir.
One thing is that we are sorry we don't give the individual numbers, so we will be not giving these details, but it is not a pent-up thing. It is more structural, which I was continuously communicating that we would be making a lot of structural changes, and we have implemented them. We have also communicated that last quarter of the last fiscal we have done, completed all this. And last call also, because the first quarter was weak, the numbers were not there, but again I communicated that all the changes are in place and we will see a growth coming back from Q2, and again Q3 will again be on the better growth trajectory, and that is all which is actually seen in numbers and happening.
Okay. Sir, secondly, on the Rex pipes, if you can throw some light on the performance of this business, especially from the time of acquisition, how are the margins and the capacity utilization in that business?
I think I already communicated in my earlier communication that Rex margin side, it is pretty stable of 15% kind of EBITDA margin. So that side we don't have an issue. The only challenge was that the growth, because of this pandemic situation, the project division was not working. Government was not giving the money to the contractors and all. So because of that, the activity got reduced. But now this is again opening up, and in the month of October, first time we are seeing the double-digit growth compared to last October, Y-on-Y basis, I am telling you. So it looks that now slowly and gradually it will start picking up. But yes, definitely there the growth was slow. We were degrowing into that, but from October onward, we have started coming back to the growth. So keep finger crossed, that division should also start performing very well in this kind of situation, because a lot of small companies are getting affected. So that is ultimately going to give us the good market share opportunity. So we are very seriously and closely working and monitoring that business also. And there also we are doing a lot of correction in the system, and hopefully that correction will give us the fruit with a lag effect. So it will take some more time to do the corrections and all the things, because any correction which we do, we always request our investor that you have to keep a patient, because patient is the only answer for all this solution. So whenever we are doing the correction, like I remember when we acquired Reginova, that time also we were doing a lot of corrections. And because of that, the stock price was not moving. So everybody is connecting the performance versus stock price. But actually, whenever we do the structural correction, we have to take some time. And then benefit will come with the lag effect. The same thing happened again here. We did last year correction in adhesive. Now you are seeing the performance have started coming back. Same adhesive, this Rex business also, we did the structural correction, and now we are back to the normal margins of 15% kind of level. And again, I said that there is a still room available for the further expansion of the margin into that segment, because there is a huge opportunity and huge places are there where we have not even taken the entry. So we are seriously working on that, and hopefully in the coming quarter we should be doing better into that segment also. But it will take time because all this correction doesn't happen overnight.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Girish.
Thank you.
Next question is from the line of Utkarsh Nopani from Haitong Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and thanks for taking my question. I have few questions. First, on the pipe gross margin. So if we see, we have clocked a gross margin of roughly 38% in September quarter, which would include some benefit of mark-to-market gain on PVC resin inventory. So can you guide us what kind of a sustainable gross margin we can target over the medium term on an annualized basis?
So like gross margin was low compared to last year. The reason was the mix, because CPVC was low compared to the PVC. The sale of proportion of CPVC was low compared to the PVC, which is the normally CPVC proportion is higher than the PVC. So because of mix, the gross margin has come down.
Okay. But sir, like on an analyst,
that will be corrected in the coming quarter. Now plumbing activity has started picking up. So definitely now the CPVC should giving us a reasonably good number. So we will be back to the normal ratio, that CPVC will be higher. So then you will see that some improvement into the gross margin.
So what kind of a gross margin we are targeting, sir, if the ratio comes back to the normal level of CPVC?
So there is no target in our company, that we never work on target basis, but we always try to see that we keep at a higher level. So number can be wide fluctuating. It can be between 36 to 41. This is the broader range. It depends on market condition. It depends on the polymer trend. So it will be in that broader range.
Okay. And sir, second question is that like our channel checks indicate that we have taken a price cut of around 3% in fast moving CPVC pipe products in October month, versus our major peers taking 2 to 3 times price hike over the past 6-7 month period. So wanted to understand, is it that we are looking forward to gain market share at the cost of some margin compression in near future?
So like individual level price fluctuation keep happening in the system. So that is not the motive behind that. So we keep changing the price list and all these things. But again, it depends on the discount what we are offering to them. So I don't think that we are reducing the price. So it is happening every quarter or every half yearly. We keep changing the SKU level pricing. So I don't think that anyway we are reducing the price.
So there should not be any impact on gross margin because of the price action we have taken in October month.
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Okay. And lastly, sir, for adhesive segment, if we see, our gross margin has come down sharply by 5.5% in September quarter, despite we are done with rationalization of distribution structure. And in contrast, our major competitor has seen a sharp margin expansion in the same quarter due to benefit of lower raw material cost. So wanted to understand what is the reason for margin contraction for us, and what kind of a gross margin guidance we can give, say, over the next 1 to 2 quarter period.
So the adhesive, there was a one-off effect because some of the raw material was near to expiry. And because of that, and some already expired because of the pandemic situation, so finished goods level. And so because of that, management took a call that in this environment, whether it will be reaching to the consumer level or not, better that we take it back to the system and we can destroy that material. So because of that, we have to take some hit into that level. Otherwise, gross margin, I don't see any problem is there. Coming quarter, you will see there will be an improvement into the gross margin. But this was one of the effects which management has taken, because considering our brand strength, we don't wanted that tomorrow something goes wrong into the product side and we start getting complaint into that. So management has judiciously taken the decision to not to sell this, and auditor has given us the guidance that you have to provide it the number, so that we have provided. So because of that, gross margins are low.
I just wanted to understand, we were clocking around 44-45% kind of a gross margin in FY20 in adhesive segment. So are we looking forward to reach to that level, say from Q3 onwards?
I don't think it was a 45 kind of level, 44-45% kind of level. Normally it is range of the 40% kind of level, 40-41% kind of level max. So hopefully another couple of quarters, yes, we will be reaching to that level.
Okay.
Here also
Thanks.
you will see the improvement. Q3 also improvement will be there. Q4 also improvement will be there.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our last question for today. I now hand the conference over to the management team for closing remarks. Over to you.
Thank you everyone for participating in the call. And if for any reason we are unable to reply or some participant may not be able to ask the question, you all know my mobile number. You can call me anytime. I am always available to answer your questions. And thank you once again for Nehal for hosting this con call. And wish you everyone a very happy Diwali and Happy New Year in advance.
Wishing you a happy Diwali and Happy New Year in advance. And thank you everyone. And stay safe, stay healthy. And we will again get connected with you shortly after the next quarter, as well as if there is anything which we are doing or launching, we'll get connected. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.